Ainsley, to turn to some news.
Yes.
So we heard back in the Trump administration when all of these alleged whistleblowers was there that we got to protect the whistleblowers. We have to let them be heard. And it seems like Democrats have changed their tune. There's a new IRS whistleblower. You got to hear what he had to say. Watch.
There was multiple steps that were slow walked at the direction of the Department of Justice.
Had you ever encountered that before?
I have not, no. These deviations from normal process, and each and every time it seemed to always benefit the subject.
Shapley says he decided to blow the whistle after a heated meeting last October with federal prosecutors.
It was my red line meeting. It just got to that point where that switch was turned on, and I just couldn't silence my conscience anymore.
Isn't that crazy? He's talking about the Hunter Biden investigation. He was one of the IRS agents, the supervisor, the guy in charge. And there was a team of 13, and that's why House Judiciary Committee is demanding that the DOJ hand over all the records to find out why they removed this team of 13 from the Hunter Biden investigation. And then you hear from whistleblowers that were saying, we've never seen anything like this. They wanted to slow walk this to protect Hunter Biden.
Wow. You know, in that interview, he asked him, why do you want to come out and do this? And his response was very astute. He said, I don't want to do this. I was sworn in to protect the Constitution and the American people. I feel like I have to do this. And, of course, Democrats will probably come with some character attacks and things like that, say this is just a Republican operative, but we don't know what his politics are.
He's going to testify today in front of the House Ways and Means Committee, and he oversaw that Hunter Biden case, and he's raising concerns about irregularities and the slow walking to benefit Hunter Biden.
It's unbelievable. So he's going to be testifying before that committee, as you said, Ainsley. This is what Jim Jordan, he wrote a letter to AG Merrick Garland. This is what he had to say. The timing of the department's removal of the agent and an investigative team raises serious concerns, given that the investigation was the subject of the agent's protected whistleblower disclosure. The department's alleged efforts to remove an IRS whistleblower from an ongoing investigation could be a retaliatory action prohibited under United States law. So these guys are conducting an investigation. And they get to the bottom of what's going on. They're being stonewalled by their own department for political purposes. Put that in contrast what was happening in the FBI, where they had no evidence and they were staging information, not actually fact-checking it at all, getting warrants that shouldn't have never been approved by a judge on verified information, and then you have a legitimate investigation, and they stonewall the investigators. It's unbelievable. This is why the faith in our institutions is at an all-time low, Ainsley.
No, I agree, and I think that's why Donald Trump is doing well, because he's been exonerated from some of these cases, some of these issues, like the collusion issue that went on for years and years and years, and you wonder why Donald Trump responds the way he does. Wouldn't you? If you're being attacked for years and years over something that you didn't do, you have to defend yourself.
You know, they say, well, there's smoke, there's fire. There's a lot of smoke right now. There are whistleblowers. There is, like you said, Donald Trump being essentially exonerated from the Durham report. So what is the fire? Miranda Devine, Fox News contributor, said on Handy last night, the fire is that the DOJ is corrupt.
They're just going to continue to stonewall. They've already defied a subpoena. It's been 2 weeks since it was issued. Christopher Wray is just showing himself to be a cover-up merchant. That's what he did from the minute he took over from James Comey, another cover-up merchant. And this is the problem. There is no accountability. The FBI and the FBI Director Christopher Wray know that the Attorney General Merrick Garland is backing them. They know that there are no consequences for them. And so, of course, they can afford to stonewall. And Merrick Garland, who's quite happy to jail former Trump officials who defied subpoenas from the January 6th committee, treats Republican subpoenas like a joke. This is the DOJ corrupt, and it's in your face.
And why does this matter? They sold us, Merrick Garland. You know, he was almost a Supreme Court justice, that he was going to be nonpartisan and that he was going to be a man of the law and would not show political favor to one party or the other. He's running the DOJ, and this is how he's conducting it. By the way, I think it's important to note Comer has said that he wants to see this document. He has a meeting with the FBI director. He said that's not going to stop his subpoena. He still wants the document.
I'm Steve Ducey.
I'm Brian Kilmeade.
And I'm Ainsley Earhart. And click here to subscribe to the Fox News YouTube page to catch our hottest interviews and most compelling analysis.